tell you all about Millennials for Action and what we are all about, and some things that we have going on as well. So, Millennials in Action, all right? We seek to amplify the voice of millennials while reforming our communities. We are a new voice for a new day. In other words, we are here for you. We are here to help you network, help you build your business, to help you get involved in the community. We are here to help you, but we need your help so that we can help you. So we are asking you all to feel free to come and join us, be a part of the movement. This is a movement, guys. This is just not a regular organization. This is a movement. Pretty much anything you want to do in the area, in Clayton County, in the south of Atlanta, we want to do. A lot of you all know about Young Black Professionals of Atlanta and all the mixes they have going on in Atlanta. We want to do that same thing right here in the south side because our community needs it. So we are a new voice for a new day. If it's something you want to see change in the community, we're going to be the change. We're the ones that are going to stand up for youth advocacy. We're the ones that are going to stand up for the rights that young people believe in and we believe in. So we are here for you and we want you to be here for us so that we can support you.
Millennials for Action, as Kelsey said before, we're not only reforming our communities, we're not only speaking out for the events and the things that we are passionate about, but we are saying together that Clayton County has promise. We're choosing to say that. I'm a native of Clayton County. I don't know if anybody here is a native of Clayton County. And I just feel like the response should have been, can we get a better response for that? Who is a native of Clayton County? We should feel that there is promise in Clayton County. We have so many people, so many students, so many young adults who are educated within Clayton County who have something to contribute in this world from Clayton County. So I'm so proud and so passionate for Millennials for Action, for what we are going to give to this community, for the sponsorship of Miss Melody Totten and the vision that she had for founding Millennials for Action. I'm so grateful for that because she believes that we have promise in Clayton County. She believes that we have something important to say. So Millennials for Action, as Kelsey said before, we're going to be working on reforming our communities, saying that millennials and our voices matter. So one of the things that we're going to be doing, we're having a Millennials brunch that's in the event, and we'll give you more details on how to sign up. And so it's going to kind of be a continuation of this, getting into those deeper seated issues that are going on in politics and our role in Clayton County, the revenue in Clayton County, and the money that is being brought into Clayton County, with the value of our educational systems, the way we interact with health food options. And so if you're interested in making this county what it is meant to be, because it's already great, but we're just waiting to see the physical manifestation of how great it really is. Continue to involve yourself with us. Continue to sow your time. Continue to voice your concerns because you will be working diligently to influence. Well, thank you guys for coming out.
All right. Remember, no idea is too small, no idea is too big. We are here to change the community. So, as we move forward, I would like to introduce a awesome woman here, Miss Melody Totten. She is a candidate for State Senator of District 34, which covers Riverdale, Forest Park, Fayetteville, Tyrone, parts of Jonesboro, and Lake City, and parts of Marlboro.
Today is not about me. It's about the millennials. And let me start off by saying the first part. My name is Melody Totten, and I want to be your state senator for District 34. And Kelsey would come up to me every Wednesday, and he would basically pick my brain. He wanted to know exactly what was going on in Clayton County, the issues and the events that was going on. At that time, I was really intrigued. I could not understand. Let me take it back. I was really impressed that a young man, a very young man, was interested and could have an adult conversation with me about the things that was happening in Clayton County. I was amazed about that. When I started thinking about it, what I wanted to do, I kept contemplating, did I want to run? Did I want to run? Did I want to run? I finally came to Kelsey and said, look, I've decided I'm going to throw my hat in the ring and run for office. At that time, Kelsey said to me, whatever you need for me to do, Miss Mel, I'm here to help you. And at that time, I knew he was the perfect person to help me launch, and be the point person for speaking to the youth of Clayton County. We kept talking on and on, off about conversation about where we wanted the Millennials to go. Well, at that time, it was not even called the Millennials, but where we wanted this group to go. And at that time, I kept thinking about being a ear, listening to the youth. What's going on about it in Clayton County, and how can the youth help us out? I posed that, and I kept thinking about it over and over again. And all I kept thinking about was we needed to have a sense of place where the youth needed to be involved and where they can help out. They have a voice. They can come to the table, but no one is taking the time to hear what they have to say and what they have to say. So at that time, I was talking to Kelsey, and I said we needed to come up with a group, a platform, where to give our youth a chance to get out and express themselves, to be at the table to help this decision making. I'm going to turn it back over to them, because I want to hear from them, and I want to hear from you guys. That's why I'm coming out and talking to you, because I want to know what you want to have happen in Clayton County and how we can make it happen.
Clayton County is a food desert, meaning that Clayton County only has 40 grocery stores compared to like Fulton County, which has 175. A lot of the communities that are in Clayton County, they don't have access to a grocery store. So therefore, I know one thing that I'm doing, and this is something that we can collaborate with as well. I'm a teacher, and I also have a mentoring program at the school that I teach at, and we're trying to do hydroponics. And hydroponics is just like actually growing food without actual water. And therefore, we're going to create because I teach at a community school, but you don't necessarily know that it's a community. So trying to have like a farmer's market or something of that nature on there on Saturday. So definitely we are going to address the food desert and the food issue that plagues Clayton County.
I want to say this, it's very important to work together because we found out that legislative commissioners are working together. As someone is running and as I'm running, are you willing to work together across the border with everybody?
Am I willing to work together? That is a way of making things happen, if you notice. You have to be bipartisan.
I'm just saying for what
Yes.
we've seen, so,
No.
you know.
You have to be bipartisan, and it's all about making a better change into Clayton County. What can you bring to Clayton County? How can you go about that? And sometimes you've got to have that listening ear where you don't think about what's best for you, but what's best for the county. What's best for Clayton County? How can we get money? How can we get anything in this county? And sometimes we have to think about it and go the extra mile and ask those tough questions. A lot of us are not, we don't want to do that. We don't want to disrupt the status quo. But we're looking to take this county into another level. And to do that, you've got to be willing to step up to the plate and knock those barriers down. Did I answer that question? So am I willing? Yes, I am. How? By listening and being ready to stand up.
Okay, so I'm not sure if it's a lot of school drives that goes on because I just came back home. But as far as like compared to Atlanta and how much people put in the effort to have like school drives in the Atlanta areas compared to Southside, I don't really know if it's as equal or up to par. I feel like a lot of Atlanta areas get more supplies and have those drives more than the Southside. So it bring more awareness for, you know, underprivileged kids who might not have the funds, to get those things for school drives.
So you're being able to work with other groups to bring it in. I just found out 2 lucky ladies or great ladies here that have mentoring programs here and that can do, but we've got to be able to partner with them to bring those opportunities to Clayton County. The city of Atlanta has a lot of that going on. because they have a lot of groups are stepping up to the plate, stepping up to the batter. They want to help their school system. They want to be a voice. So guess what? They're rallying together and making it happen. The millennials are starting to rally together to make this happen. They're going to be going out to certain schools. They're going to be partnering with different people to come into Clayton County to make it happen. Will there be a change? I'm hoping it will be. So we want, because we know a lot of times we can't get those fundings here. We know what our poverty level is here in Clayton County. We got to think outside the box to how to figure out how to make it happen in Clayton County. Okay? Did I answer your question? We are going to try to step up to the plate, yes.
For the millennials, what do you need from us? I know this is your campaign, but I like to ask the millennials because a lot of millennials in this state, y'all, they don't vote. So I want to know, what can we help as somebody's running as I'm a community activist myself. I'm a youth pastor at one of the mega churches in the area. What can we do to get y'all out to come to church, to come to vote? Like, what is needed to bridge that gap?
Right, I have a response for that. Remember when we were originally introducing this event and I was asking how many people believe that there's promise in Clayton County? And the response, almost unanimously amongst the whole room, was silence, right? A little who's here, you know, just be polite. But ultimately, the response was silence. I think first, we need the authentic belief that there is promise here, because there's promise here. You know, I think that we have, I don't want to say a lack, maybe some of our resources are not being appropriately diversified. That's a question that could be, you know, addressed later when Miss Melody is in her rightful office. But I think that first we need the authentic belief that there is promise, and sometimes promise doesn't come in the typical box. So we assume when we preach to people in Clayton County that, hey, by education or the typical standard of going to college, pursuing some sort of collegiate degree, you will obtain success. Well, that's not realistically and authentically, that's not everyone's pathway. And so I think that we need to be more open-minded, especially when our educational systems have such a divide that it's difficult for us to compete in collegiate settings. We need to open our mind to exploring that there are other options for students in Clayton County. So there are artistic options, there are options of trade. And once we expand those options for our students to be involved in, then we'll be able to get a more authentic picture, a fuller perspective of what our county has to offer. But first, I believe that we need that authentic belief that, hey, I'm not just going to show up to one meeting and then leave and say, oh yeah, it was cool, but it was kind of empty because they just starting. But we need people who are being trailblazers like Martin Luther King, like these people who were movement leaders and communities past us in Clayton County. We need that same spirit in Clayton County, and when we see consistency and we see effort in that way and in that manner, we will begin to gauge the interest of millennials, because they'll start to believe that, hey, somebody believes in us, I have something to offer, and I can contribute to my community. Amen.